The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right. Good afternoon, traders. Woo. Dennis, wonderful Wednesday to you, Dennis. I would love to hang out with you guys on a daily basis, man. If I had my druthers, we'd be meeting every day. Yeah. So, welcome out to the Tradespoon live trading room, stocks and options. Closing bell. My name is Scott. I'm the head trading coach here at Tradespoon. I will be your host, your guide, your friend. We will work collaboratively together to process what the hell's going on with the market now that we've got another 0.75% rate hike. Good times. Good times. Okay. He did not heed my advice. Jerry didn't. I said, Jer, half a point will be fine. Send a message of confidence. He didn't. He did not. All right. Good to see you, Dennis. Hello, LK. Good afternoon, Phil. Always glad to have you. Good afternoon, John. Same. Always glad you're here with us. John said he wanted a point. Rip the Band-Aid off. I think the language he gave opens the door for one more. And I bet it's going to be a half a point in December. And then they're done. The bear's killing Daddy said. The bear market or Jer Bear or both? They're the same thing. Okay, I'm Scott. I'm been trading for over 20 years. I've been teaching for almost 20 years. Here's our disclosures. Be careful. Trading's risky, options in particular. Have a plan, manage your risk. We're not advisors. Yada, yada, yada. Jer Bear is the Grinch, the Christmas Grinch. Okay. Well, let's pull it up. Woo, that was exciting, right? It was like boom, boom, and it was sitting up there, and then all of a sudden Jer starts talking, and it's like boom, boom, and now we're right back down. Honestly, I can live with this. I'm glad. I was in my mind thinking, you know what the worst thing would be is if it shot up and ended up like, oh, we're up 2%, and I didn't have time to get things on. I want to have some time. Let me process it. Let me see it. Because in the bigger picture, this looks okay, right? This is not, and we'll have time to hedge if we need to hedge. I don't like hugely reactionary things, quite honestly. So yeah, there we go. But we may finish close to where we started. Where did we start? 38.59. We're still below that. I think we could see it move up. We'll get to it when we do our quiz. Anyways, how's everybody trading? Let's see the bigger picture, and then we'll get into the north. I mean, come on, that looks fine. Let me get to SPY. Same picture, but it's more what we're used to with seeing volume. There's nothing wrong with this. We got a new high here. We're well off these lows. We're off of this higher low, and we're up here. Interestingly enough, we had we talked about this level, if you remember, because we said you've got support, support, resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, resistance. It's a great place. Come on back. It can pull back a little more for me. I'm fine with that. Come on back. You can come all the way back another 5 or 6 points over the next day or two. Let it pull back. Let us get our higher low, and be ready for this thing to turn around. No problem. at all. Right? At all. Okay. Let's talk about it. What else do we know is going on? Oh, okay. So 3/4 point up. This is already behind. We've already come back down into the negative territory from when I pulled that up. I pulled that up right after the report. Stock slide as he follows rate decision with hawkish remarks. Were they hawkish? He's hinting at slower pace in the future. That's actually more dovish. ADP, though, had a payroll surprise. That was surprising. Let's take a look. We got jobs coming out. So the announcement came in. ADP was expecting 195,000. We got 239,000. So yeah, it was a bump. Not a ton, but it was definitely a bump. What else do we know? Tomorrow, jobless claims. Again, it's like I feel like I'm kind of waiting for the hammer to come down with the labor market. Anyone else feel that way? Where you're like, oh, all of a sudden, 300,000 jobless claims, or all of a sudden, there was like 10,000 jobs created but it just keeps on holding up, and that's been a very important component, and will be an important component to a soft landing, right? That we're like, isn't there? Labor's going to have a huge piece of that. Tomorrow we also have productivity. We have labor costs, ISM. Friday is another big one. So big, I'm not going to skip it. Let's go back. Non-farm payrolls expected to come in at 200,000. I bet they come in between. I bet we come in at 220, 230. Same thing. Unemployment rate remains unchanged. Everything looks pretty good. There you go. What else do we have by news? Fed has not given up on its inflation target, acting in a manner that keeps inflation expectations high, low, what? Contained. I don't even know what the hell that means. John says taking less trades, more anticipatory. Mortgage rates are soaring. Is it still okay to refinance? No. What? Why? There's no way you're refinancing to a lower rate. Like, I don't get that. Okay. Paramount earnings miss, stock drops. What? How is that possible? After you put out one of the greatest movies of all times. I love that Top Gun Part 2. I thought it was awesome. Oh, if you haven't seen it, go see it. Okay. Mortgage is down 55%. Lenders are starting to go bankrupt. Oh, interesting. I got a notice in the mail that my mortgage was sold. I wonder if that's something in that vein. They're like, we sold your mortgage. I'm like, great. I don't care. I saw it twice in the theaters as well. I think that's the first movie I've seen twice in the theaters since I was in like high school or something, man. Like, I just don't see them twice in the theaters. Okay, we know the news. Let's see what Stella thinks. Let's see what Stella thinks. Are we on YouTube right now? Does anyone know? I thought maybe it was. If you're on YouTube, hello. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. I'm still not in a place that I can see your comments, but just know I'm thinking about you. Yeah. All right. SPY. Ooh, okay. So SPY still giving bullish, still calling for something. Now, here's the deal. Like, do we think, oh, it's going to do exactly like this? No, not necessarily. What I think is that says there is a good chance that there is a consolidation. What if this consolidation does this instead of this? Great. I have no problem with that. I believe that even if it's a small consolidation where it ends up testing this old resistance, new support level. I still think this is going to be kicked higher. That's in line with a bullish fall rally. So, okay, giddy up. This looks fine to me. But it does say be aware of the possibility of a consolidation for 2 to 3 days. And that's what we said we're willing to accept. Great. Great. QQQ. What do we know about NASDAQ? Bullish. Possible in a consolidative area here, but mostly just giving a little bit of a bullish sign. I didn't see. What was the rating? A for NASDAQ. I want to see S&P. C for S&P. Okay, fair enough. DIA. A for the Dow. Look at the Dow. The Dow's been strong, which, yeah, I'm a little bit like, well, do I want the Dow strong? That's a bit of a defensive posturing overall. Same thing, though. Consolidated for a couple of days. Bullish coming up out of the back end. Okay, fair enough. So what is this telling us we should do? John says, I'd rather have SPY, QQQ, IWM stronger. Agreed. Agreed. IWM, small caps. Okay, so that's saying consolidative, but more like, oh, just like deflated consolidation. So, okay, not seeing as much for the small caps. Well, there you go. Doesn't really tell us anything. It tells us overall, I do still feel like it's giving us more of a bullish lean. So the AI is giving more bullish, right? There's a little bit of concern. There's a little bit of discrepancy and ambiguity in regards to how exactly the next little bit of price consolidation might happen. But I think it's in the vein of what we're talking about. Okay, the seasonal chart. The seasonal chart usually gives us quite a kick through here. Not really getting that per se. However, that's fine, right? That's fine. We're seeing, oh, it's dropped. We were up close to 60 on the correlation, and all of a sudden it's dropped, but I kind of feel like it's, this was a little bit deeper than this, but this has moved pretty well. Didn't get that. Yeah, I'm okay still with this. Trying to answer my saying it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Hell yes. The second Halloween ends, I'm like, boom. I'm about to go out in the rain and snow and clip some branches in order to let the lights I put up a year or two ago on this bush I have start to shine through. I'm ready for Christmas now. Thanksgiving is just a pre-Christmas warm-up for me. So, yes, this year I must sing a ditty. I'll sing a little ditty. We'll do some Christmas caroling here in the room. Why not? That sounds fun. Here's the heat map. Probably needs to be updated. Where are we getting hit the worst? Oh, cyclical. Come on. Cyclical doesn't look good. Technology, especially, software is getting beat up pretty hard. Chips are doing okay. I need chips and I need Microsoft and Apple, right? Financials, okay. Credit, not great. Credit's one that I started liking more. Everything else is pretty mixed, right? There's some healthcare getting beat up a little bit. Materials, oil is down. We knew we needed to get through this report, right? We knew we needed to get through this report. So yeah. Okay. What a difference from the open, indeed. Indeed, sir. Let's do a quiz. I do want to do a little sector rotation. And I think we'll have time based on what we're seeing here because we are definitely selling into the close, right? We are definitely, let me go to 5. We're at these lows, but it's not good. We're down. We got back here for a minute to about only down 0.5%, and then it just smashed over 1.5 again. I'm okay with it all the way back to here, 375, 374. Another 1% or so if necessary, and all the rest of this starts to line up. I'll be honest, I think there's a good chance we could bounce out of this tomorrow, or we get one more day down a little bit and then we bounce. I'm good with that either way. I'm definitely seeing more bullishness even with that report. That's me. Let's get a quiz. Let's get a quiz. Whew, I don't know what to do with this damn quiz. Okay, let's go. On to C. Nope, I don't want that line. That was close, but not quite what I wanted. I'm going to go across. You know what? I'm going to go with some round numbers. Boom. C, under 380. Boom. Boom. 382. Hey. I'm a perennial bull. I'm actually not. That's funny that you say that, because I've had people accuse me of always having just a slightly bearish lean. They're like, oh, you're always ready to hedge. I'm going to hedge. I'm going to put a hedge on. And I'm like, I like hedging. But I would say I am leaning more bull than not. But again, there's a reason, right? ABC, give me your answers. John is a D. LK is a C. Dennis is a C. Tom is a C. Phil is a B. I actually think I'm going to join Phil for a B. I think we're going to pop into that B area. I think we're going to bounce off the lows. Someone else came in. Your name wasn't up there. Mark, was that you? B? Anybody else want to get it in there? Yes, Mark. Mark's a B. He says we might bounce up out of them. You can see the volume's dried up down here. Okay. ABC. Anyone else want to put theirs in? 380 by 382. Those are the answers. Okay. Let's go to the VIX and see what the VIX has to say. What does the VIX have to say? All right. A guy in a chat room tried to tell you the VIX was irrelevant. Oh my gosh. Those are fighting words. Like I'd take my glove off and I'd slap him in the face with it and I would say, it's time for a duel. Is that how you start a duel? I don't know. I would give him the little glove slap across the face, get our pistols 10 paces. Come on, man. Who says something crazy like that? And look what's going on. This is crazy right now. Because it is a little it is a little hard to interpret right now, because the market is down 1.5% right now. And the VIX is down almost 1%. Like, what? I mean, God, like, what would I want to see? If I could script it like a movie, I would think to myself, this is a great area through here just to kind of test up a little bit, bump our head, and then woo, come on down, and then do it again, and then do it again. And there's your Santa rally right there. It's not doing that. However, at the same time, it's still, that's bullish. That is institutions selling their hedges, not acquiring more hedges. The institutions are not like, oh shit, the market's down 1.5%. We better buy some puts. They're not. They're like, okay, we're fine. This is fine. Anyways, very, very interesting stuff. Yeah, very, very interesting stuff. Any help with a math version? There is a white paper that was produced, if anyone's interested. There was a white paper produced by the SIBO, who theoretically own the VIX, right? They own that formula, that calculation. That's the best thing I've seen. That's the best thing I've seen. If you're looking for just like a good explanation of how to tie it all together, the best is probably done by this handsome guy by the name of Scott Beck. He does a great explanation. You should listen to it. Did I say charming too? He's handsome and charming. A lot of people didn't know that because you don't get to see me, but it's true. My mom told me all the time growing up. All right, let's not get distracted. Very interesting VIX. I wouldn't be surprised if we do bump a couple of days. But this is telling me that, you know, this whole thing right here is telling me, you can see we broke through here. I was telling you about somebody. It was actually Mark, who he liked it as soon as it busted that line. Whereas I was a little bit more hesitant and waited for the lower high, which you can see came in a couple of days later. I'm a humble guy, man. I have no problem. My analysis is what it is. It's good. It works. Is it always like the fastest? No, it's not. I'm okay with that. It did its job. Getting in here still got me this. Okay, now what? Yeah, putting it on now, though. Oh, this is tough. Like, do we think that was it? Was that the higher low right there? If I change this to a line chart, does it show me a higher low? I don't even know the answer to that. Oh God, yes, kind of. I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we have to decide. That is what we have to decide. Okay, did we get through everything? Let's go to our watch list. We'll do sector rotation last. I mean, across the board, the watch list is basically going to be telling us, you know, be careful. Be careful out there. It will be better. Okay. Okay. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Okay, Alcoa. Mostly sideways, rolling over. Not much there for me right now. Apple, I'm still good with Apple. If Apple, I would say I need it to stabilize pretty quickly. A doji, a hammer, right? You might look at it tomorrow, and if tomorrow it looks like this, you might think, oh, that's it for Apple. But remember that by the end of the day, it could end up like this. And if it did that, that's holding this level and still giving potential to the upside. So I still think Apple is okay. It's not out of the realm yet. ADI, mostly sideways. That doesn't look to be the leader for chips. ADM, I like a lot. The consolidation coming down, I think, setting up the next trade. So I'm watching this to pull back, give me something good. AMD mostly sideways. There's chips. Okay, Amazon. Amazon is just getting battered right now. There's not much there for Amazon. AXP, I see AXP is down, but I still think financials look okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. BA, I do still like industrials. Micron, Kent said. Micron's not on the list, but there's always shifts. Yeah. I mean, it's mostly sideways, but maybe a little. We'll look at a few others and see what we think about that. So I still like financials. Financials are still okay as long as they don't really like bust this level here. We'll look at a couple of others. I like industrials, but this one is interesting. It's a little overbought already. We would need maybe Deere or Caterpillar will look a little better. Chinese stocks still no good. Baba's down. Bank of America. It looks fine. That looks fine. A little pullback. Boom. We've got a setup. Financials looking pretty good still. Caterpillar looks fine. A little pullback. Boom. Looks good. So industrials and financials, I think, are holding up still. ConocoPhillips has earnings tomorrow. In the morning. I'm going to wait on that. I still like Costco. Costco busted on up. Higher high. I am good, I would say, all the way back here to almost 475. And to think of it, I might even go to Costco today and look at their Christmas stuff and grab a hot dog and a Coke for $1.50. Costco, I love you. The road from the new liquor store to the Costco is almost complete. As soon as that road is in, my life is pretty much perfect. I mean, it's just, that's it. Everything is, I don't have to drive around the block to get to the liquor store. I mean, right? Costco's on the table for me. This is just setting it up, right? It's just that, okay, it's down 3%. On what kind of volume? That's not sell-off volume. That's consolidation volume. I'm good with it. DBC, commodities are tough, man. Energy, commodities, that's been tough. Industrials, not as much. I like Deere. I like Caterpillar. As of right now, my lean is mostly financials and industrials. I'll tell you that right now. Here's today's assignment for Friday. Find us a few extras that we aren't already watching. Technology, chips, I'm okay. We'll find a few more. I think we might already have what we need, but we'll take a look. But the other question will be consumer, the consumer discretionary. We'll see what we think about that. Diamonds, I mean, the Dow's been strong. I would be willing to trade the Dow coming down out of this. It looks like a nice bull flag pattern setting up. Disney, looking better. It's got earnings, but there may be time to catch a little piece. If it turns soon, you have, well, not a lot of time. After market Monday, today is Wednesday. Yeah, probably not. Probably not if you're trying not to hold through earnings. FCX. Sideways to down. That's gold and copper. That was actually one that I said I liked. I would actually be okay with it. It went up, it pulled back, and then it did this little squirrely action. But honestly, this is all one move down for me still. So if we consolidate back to 30 or higher, I would actually be willing to trade FCX. John said silver and gold look good. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. Okay. You can feel the Christmas spirit, right? Yeah. FXI, no good. Chinese stocks down still. Gold, see, I don't know. I like FCX, but I don't necessarily like gold. However, to be fair, silver has been stronger as of late. Goldman Sachs, strong, very strong, right? This wants to be a leader. This is up near like the start of cup and handle style, where we get the handle here. I personally love trading cup and handles. Cup, handle. I love trading cup and handles at the base of the handle. Bing. I would trade that. Absolutely. Absolutely. IWM looks strong. Someone gave me that. That just, it's stalling. Pull back a little bit. Higher low. Let's go. IWM. Down almost 3%. And that's what'll happen. People be like, the small cups were down almost 3%. Rah, 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 right? And it's like, okay, it's not huge volume. It's coming off of a nice bullish run. As of now, for me, that's setting up the next opportunity. JETS, Jets, or any subsidiary, Delta, American, Southwest, Alaskan, who am I missing? United, Spirit. I'm not a fan of Spirit Airlines, but I actually have to fly them on my way out to Orlando. So yeah, bring your own snack. I'm buying a nice head pillow. Those chairs were killing me. I couldn't get comfortable. I'm gonna buy a travel pillow so that I can just lean over and fall asleep. That's the objective. Meta. Oh, Meta is just battered on earnings. People are like, what do you think? Is it time to buy Meta? I'm like, hell no. Hell no. I needed it to go up, up, not down, down. Even still, it's got to go up, up. It's got to give me the higher low. Anything less than that is just a dead cat bounce. That's my take. Marvell. I got to tell you, I thought I'd see more out of something in the chips. It's just not there yet. It's not there yet, but technology doesn't have to be there in the beginning. It does have to pick up at some point during the next couple of months. If we don't see technology get its act together, it's very difficult to expect anything sustainably from a rally. Microsoft, it doesn't look as good as Apple. Apple looks better, but that's been the case. Right? That's been the case. That was the case back here in June, July, August. Microsoft was it was just sideways. And then it got a little piece and then it gave it all back. So Apple's better, but we do need both of them. Theoretically, we need both of them to be in participation. Netflix. I would consider Netflix. I don't want it to fill the gap. You might think, oh, this is old support or old resistance, so new support. But once it gets that gap, I would like to see it stabilize in here. 265 to 270, somewhere in this range. And a bounce out of that, yeah, absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. I'm going to go take a look at YouTube for just 1 second. Okay, so we've got some people there. So YouTubers, I still can't for some reason see the chat when I go in there. I guess you could try it, say hello, see if it pops up. I think there's about a 30-second lag. So anyways, Netflix is on my list for sure. NVIDIA, okay. There you go. In order for us to think that chips has the potential to do something better, somebody has to, just like certain sectors have to move into a leadership position from a sector rotation standpoint for the market to rally, stocks have to rally. Stocks have to move into a leadership position from within a sector for the sector to rally and therefore for the stock to rally. Somebody has to be the leader of chips. And NVIDIA has been a bit of a struggle for a little while, but starting to look a little better. Got up to this old level here. If it pulls back a little bit, the support level for me would be 120 to 125. And I would need it to get there and give me time for the next move before earnings. But it does seem like that's the case. Awesome. Okay. Oracle looks phenomenally strong. And it is giving us a very easy consolidation. I think that looks great. It's on my list. So from technology, what Oracle would be considered nope. Information technology, IT aspect of technology, but definitely looking better. The Qs, iffy, Starbucks, sideways, silver, better than gold, but I think that copper, or not copper, but FCX, which is a combination of some things. Semiconductors looks okay, but I would still, at this point, I'm moving my horse to be NVIDIA. Anybody else have one that they're interested in for chips that they think is better than NVIDIA? Let's get it out there. Let's get it on the table. SPY down 1.9%. Oof. Ooh. Goodness gracious. What did I say? 380 by 382? Yeah, it doesn't look good. C's are looking pretty solid at this point as it continued to move into lower territory. All right. Fair enough. Tesla down almost 5% for the day. But, just sideways overall. Natural gas, someone mentioned natty gas. It's kind of sideways. LNG is another natural gas one. Cheniere. Much stronger than the commodity price. Absolutely. It does have earnings tomorrow morning. So, okay. The options. Anyone trade these options? 2.5 million shares a day. I bet they're okay. I bet they're all right. I'll put it on the island. Come on in to the island of misfit toys. 2 references to the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. A lot of people said that I wouldn't be able to squeeze those in, but I did. With what is happening in Europe and Russia, yeah, I mean, we should have something on the list from there. I agree. On a side note, I worked with a guy who looked like the elf who wanted to be a dentist. And what's his name? I would always be like, hey, oh my gosh, Hermes, the elf that wanted to be a dentist looked just like him. I mean, just like him. He didn't like it, but it was funny, and it was all in good fun. I wish I looked like the elf that wanted to be a dentist. I just don't. Visa. So Visa looks very strong. I almost feel like Visa looks stronger than AXP at this point. What do the others look like? Let's take a look at our credit. COP? No. COF. Sorry. Capital One looks pretty good. We already have AXP. What about the other brokers? JP Morgan? I mean, you could basically take your pick, right? JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley. But this why I still like financials. The brokers, the banks, and credit all look pretty strong. You might even add XLF to your list. I'm going to add XLF to my list. Same charts, you're right. A lot of correlation in the financial sector. Well, I didn't add it. Did it? It did not. Oh, man, I can't get anything to work right now. Hold on. There we go. UNG, Visa looks strong. Credit looks strong. The VIX is even now, as the market is down almost 2%. What is the VIX doing? It's flat. It's flat. So yeah. Okay. Here is XLF, looks bullish. Here is XLP, looks bullish. A bit concerning that Staples being a bit more defensive. Utilities, though, so does utilities, really. Let's do some sector work real quick. That's my list. If there's a symbol I missed that you want to see, pull it up. Just put it on the questions. Let me see it. I'm gonna go see if anyone has tried to chat in to YouTube. You YouTubers. I wish I could interact with you, but I don't see it in there. Let me see. Oh, I don't create a channel to join the chat. What the hell? Can I not just have chat? Oh no, I have to create my own channel to chat or something, I guess. All right. Nope, I can't do it. Sorry, YouTubers. Okay, what else then? Sector rotation. Across 200 days, you can see it's a lot of the same kind of thing that we've had. Energy is the only thing that's still positive. Utilities, Healthcare, utilities, and staples. These are three defensives, are kind of in the middle. There's industrials trying to make a run. There's financials trying to make a run. And then here's our growth: technology, discretionary, communication services. Like, it just does not look good for those. Let's drop down to 133. More of the same. You can still see energy, you can still see healthcare, but now all of a sudden, these guys are making more of a run. This is what we've been looking for. Like, one of the things I've said that I really have struggled with in this present market is the institutional dynamic. Nobody's leading. Nobody's trying to move into a, hey, we'll put the market on our back and try to go for a run, see if we can't motivate a bull run of some kind. But now we're maybe we're starting to. So on 133, we see a little shift. Let's go to 66. I'm hopeful. So at 66, still energy at the top, but all of a sudden, financials popped its head up. And industrials is very close. So that is what I've been looking for. That is why I gave the assignment to go to these two. Red is S&P, so we don't worry about red. Go in and make sure we have all the best looking financial and industrial companies. We've got good ones already. I think we could still find more. Staples is not far. I think we should do the same with Staples. I like ADM, but there's more available to us, right? There's more available to us. And let's go down here to 22 days. Bing. What do we see? Still energy. But then all of a sudden, here we go. What do we see going on here? We see industrials. I don't know why my lines aren't popping up. We see staples. No. We see industrials. We see financials. And we see staples. Not far behind. Utilities is pretty far away. Communication services pretty far away. Consumer stocks or discretionary pretty far away. Technology's like trying to move into position. Okay, let's see if it can make some progress. Trying to move into position. But as of right now, the three top sectors, and it's an interesting bag of sectors to lead, is financials, industrials, staples. So that's the things that we've talked about. Banks, brokers, credit. Industrials, we have airlines is tough. That's more of a discretionary, but I don't know. Caterpillar, Deere, Boeing. I definitely want to see if there's anything else in the industrials that we need to pay attention to. We've got Staples, we've got Archer Daniels, we've got Costco, but we could definitely use a few more things there as well. So that's where we stand. Tell me how you see it. Tell me if I'm missing anything. At the end of the day, what is my assessment? I'm increasingly bullish, and I am not dissuaded by. Ask me on Friday, John. I forgot to do mine this week. I need to do it. You're a 3. I think I'm like 2.25, maybe. I've definitely moved into a more of a bullish scenario. I did like a pre-assessment on Friday afternoon. I'm trying to remember. So the concerns that I've had, the VIX continues to bleed off volatility. It's not as consistent as I would maybe like yet with its fluctuations, but it's there. From a sector standpoint, we're seeing sectors move into leadership positions. It's not technology, but technology's close. But we've got financials, we've got industrials. We've seen financials and industrials lead before. I'm okay with that. So what does that mean? It means that when we're done with this consolidation, there should be bullish trades setting up, and we should be ready to take them. When's that going to happen? Could be tomorrow. Could be Friday, could be Monday. That's what we're looking at now is when do we assess that that's likely or going to happen? I've asked a couple of times if I'm missing anything. No one says that I am. How are you trading? Are you forcing trades? Please don't. Letting trades come to you, having stops, targets, time frames, well-defined trades, risk is managed. Your watch list should be good. We're looking to do some watch list work between now and Wednesday. I only need, if I can get 7 or 8 people only. That's like a third of what we have on average in here, maybe even less. 7 or 8 people, each to bring me one stock, one excellent stock from one of these sectors we've identified. Staples, financials, or industrials. Sorry, man, I was trying to be like slow and methodical and I tripped over my own thoughts there for a second there. Financials, industrials, staples, one stock from each one. I would imagine we have some overlap and stuff we already have. The objective is 3 to 5 new opportunities added to the watch list Friday morning. Come, participate, share, benefit, and we'll see where it puts us. Any questions about anything? Is there a trade today? Nah, not for me. Nah, we can't be patient until we get to this point and to be like, let's slap something on. What? What do you want to slap? What do you want to slap? Slap it. If your risk is managed, okay. Well, I'm not seeing enough that makes me think, well, let's slap it on. I'm thinking, let's relax. It's close. It's in line with expectations that we've set. No reason to alter the plan now. Okay, well, let's go look at the quiz and we'll wrap this thing up. I have a feeling that the C's are going to win. Yeah, you know. Oh, 2.5%. Woo! But look, okay, so C's, you win. Congratulations. Yay. Yay for C's. 375. It's right around the level that I'm thinking about for it to hold. I'm okay if it stabilizes and starts to turn. Let's see if the VIX has actually turned up. Oh, look at that. 0.15. If you looked at this VIX, you would not look at this and be like, I bet the market's down over 2%. You'd be like, yeah, I bet the market's up just a fraction. Just a fraction. So it tells us that the institutions don't seem to really be participating in today's selling pressure, at least in high levels. Yeah, you can see the volume is above average, but you know, on a day like today, we would expect it, but not by a lot. I think we'll start stabilizing. We'll see what happens. All right, well, listen up. It's good to see everybody. We'll be here Friday morning. Santa Rally. Let's see if we can get this high or low. We're starting to get a clearer picture of who's going to lead us and how it's going to work out. Go from there. Be safe. I've got like rain/snow at my house. Getting cold. It's not bad. I don't mind. Makes me feel like Christmas is coming. And I will see you guys Friday morning. Thanks for your attendance. Thanks for hanging out, participating. As always, happy trading.